Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a donut sculpture, first beginning with Sculpey and also using aluminum foil to bulk out the form underneath the clay. That makes it so that you're not making the clay too thick before you put it into the oven. Once you have then baked your sculpture and it is cool, you can decorate your sculpture. I have a few donut examples here. So here is my finished donut. I painted the base of my donut and the frosting layer with acrylic paint. So I did a base of that. And for the frosting layer, I also added this molding paste to my acrylic paint to make it really thick and decadent looking. I then also added these sprinkles, these thick sprinkles with puff paint, which has a lot of dimension to it. It's perfect for fun little details like the sprinkles. And I added glitter into the acrylic frosting layer. And then finally, I did a coat with this Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, which has a glossiness to it. So I added a glossy layer on top of my frosting. So I'll be showing you how to make one of these fun little sculptures, beginning with the sculpture stage. Start off by kneading and warming the Sculpey in your hands. The warmer it becomes, the more malleable and easy to work with it will be. Begin creating your aluminum foil armature, crumpling and molding the foil together into a donut shape. You need the foil to bulk out your donut sculpture. When baking the Sculpey, you want the clay to remain less than ½ inch thick. Baking a sculpture that exceeds ½ inch in thickness can lead to cracking and issues while baking. Use a jar to roll out your Sculpey to approximately 1/4 inch in thickness and begin laying the clay over your armature. I cut the clay into strips to make this easier. Smooth the clay strips together with your fingers and make sure they are fully joined. Once you have covered your armature in clay, you'll want to smooth out the clay. The clay becomes easier and easier to smooth out with your fingers the warmer that it is. Be sure to continuously cup your sculpture in your hands to warm the clay. After you've sufficiently smoothed out the body of your donut, you can begin to think about the frosting. Roll out another ball of clay. You want enough clay that it will drape over the sides of your donut. Cut a hole in the center and cut a frosting drip design along the outer edge. Score the back of the frosting and score the top of your donut and then join the clay together. You want to make sure the frosting layer is actually adhered to your donut. Press the top down and smooth the frosting sides into the body of your donut. When you are finished sculpting, you are ready to bake. Bake your donut sculpture at 275 degrees for 15 minutes. Do not overbake your sculptures. When your sculpture is out of the oven and completely cooled down, you can then paint. Paint your donut with acrylic paint. In my frosting layer, I also added molding paste to my paint to thicken it and give it a decadent frosting feel. I applied the paint to my donut using a palette knife in the really thick sections and then a round brush for the more detailed sections. Add some glitter and decorate with puff paint sprinkles. These little details will really bring out your donut. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, to finish out my donut with some interesting details, I added the sprinkle forms with this puff paint. Puff paint it puffs up, it has a nice dimension to it, so it's really great for a detail like those sprinkles or something where you want to be adding a kind of sculptural form there. And then I also wanted to give the frosting a shine, and to do that I added a layer of this Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and I just smoothed it out a bit with a soft brush. So those are the things I recommend for the finishing touches on your donuts. Have fun, decorate it as you want, and make these sculptures your own.